Morning people, welcome to Football with Brownie. Yes, I've still got my heavy cold. No, it's not COVID. And yes, I'm going to enjoy my Sunday afternoon. So hopefully you guys are too. I hope you remember to put the clocks forward, back, or whatever it was. I can't remember. Anyway, change your clocks. I hope you remember to change your clocks. Right. I say welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're all well, keeping each other safe during this so-called pandemic. I'm sure that for those who have seen my last two videos on this channel regarding people's reactions to new shutdown rules, then you guys would want me to speak bollocks about football again. So here we go. Right, this morning I want to talk about this guy. Yes, Arsenal playmaker Mesut Ozil. Okay, well, since the lockdown, Arsenal fans have been wondering why Mesut Ozil hasn't been playing towards the end of last season, and why he's now been admitted from both the Premier League and the Europa League squads. So, I think it could be something in a rumour in which one of the panellists on the same old Arsenal podcast, the American show, which is once a week and a great show it is too, this is what he said.
None of us know all of the facts. I heard a rumor. I'm not going to say where I heard it from, but I heard a rumor that Ozil is suing Arsenal because of defamation of character. Don't know if that's true. I don't want to. I'm not here to be like, oh, this just in. But I mean, there's things out there, and you could read into whatever you like. You could believe whatever you like, but at the end of the day.
So, defamation of character, hey? Defamation of character because it was leaked that he was one of three players who refused to take a pay cut during the lockdown. So the timing seems to be right there, as he played before the lockdown, and he hasn't played a minute since the lockdown. Now, I've mentioned this in chat rooms within other Arsenal fan YouTube channels, and most have come back with either two responses. One is, we would have heard it by now, and the other one is, what proof has he got that where the leak come from? Which are two obvious responses. However, my response to the first reply, we would have heard of it by now, would surely be, well, it would be a super injunction anyway. And from people who live outside the UK, a super injunction prevents the press and even people talking about cases. Unfortunately, famous people have taken full advantage of this over the years, and the only way you can hear about it is if a politician wants to make a name for himself and stands up in Parliament and talks about the case, or a non-UK publication or press, which is based outside of the UK, decides to run a story as it's important enough. There's been many cases of that over recent times. So if that is the case, and a super injunction is involved here, thankfully I'm in Spain, so they can't get me there. But is that the reason why an American panelist called Ryan on that show has heard about it, but no one in the UK haven't? Interesting. Then you go on about the second response, which is, what proof has he got? Well, during the lockdown, Arsenal made a number of people redundant. So some people could assume that one of those individuals who were made redundant had actual proof and give it to Ozil to make himself a few pounds because that individual was so that individual was so angry that the club sacked him or her. It's worth thinking about. Yes, I know it's all ifs, buts and maybes. But also the action of publicly announcing that he's willing to pay a year's income to the individual who worked inside the mascot costume Ganosaurus, as he was one of the individuals which Arsenal got rid of. Plus his social media, constant social media posts announcing himself fit to play, all seem to be an attempt to change people's perspective of him ever since it was leaked out that he refused to take a pay cut. Then you have the Mesut Ozil fan club calling him a nice guy. He wouldn't do something like that. Well, that nice guy Mesut, or his father, who at the time was working as his agent, they seem to like legal threats, making legal threats. On this occasion, Ozil threatened to sue Real Madrid before he left to Arsenal. Then on this occasion, he reached an out-of-court settlement with his actual own father. So with that kind of background, is the threat to sue Arsenal really out of the question? Maybe that's why Arsenal are so quiet about the situation of why he's been left out. As surely their legal team would be instructing them to keep as quiet as possible, as making any kind of statement could damage their position legally in the courts. So guys, what do you think? Is the real reason why Ozil has not been involved since the lockdown this or something else? Anyway, if you like what I do, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It's a great day of football ahead. And then have a good day whatever you're doing. You take care.